for that shit. Oh god damn it! Do I need to go to? Oh no, I have it right there. Cool. Have both of these things, and I need them.
Yay.
Thank you, past me, for not being a dumbass. Although you worry about the third thing I might need, but don't worry about it. So, catch up to, this is number 50, 51?
50. Big 5-0.
2 more, and we've been doing this for officially over a year. Anyway, last time on Elemental Honesty. Sorry, a little sick.
Everyone died.
No. You guys, the end of the start of the last session picked up where the end of the one before it sort of hung off, where you guys were like teleported away by a dragon, which turned out to be Evelyn. She teleported you to the nearest teleportation circle she hoped was within vicinity of just the big evil fuck off castle that was starting to fly the fuck away. And took as many, people as she could along with you guys just out of there. You found yourselves in what amounted to a giant, giant UPS shipping warehouse, and had a little interesting series of conversations where the poor postal workers trying to figure out why the fuck just 80 plus people just suddenly appeared in their heavy shipping area. And among them, Giacchio found 2 familiar faces for you guys. Roy and Rhea Fortune, 2 mercenaries from Dragonor who you'd met once before. They were assisting you when you guys were in the domain of conflict. Through some conversations, you discovered that they used to work at the circus that became hyper evil, and the old circus master had sent them an invite for the big show, just a sort of an apology for the old days. So they're like fuck it, we'll show up. They showed up, everything was terrible. Something happened to Roy and fucked up his arm, which is what Giacchio found his sister tending to when he found the twins. You guys all reconvened with the party by way of leaving the place after having called up terrain. So the Boof, Justice, and the half-orc tag-along LOL picked you guys up, and you started your way out of the city. At first, you go back to the Bismarck, but Roy and Rhea very quickly directed you to something else in the sky that wasn't full of bad. As you discovered when you landed upon the deck of Dragonor's airship, the Guardian, your old associate and other friend from the domain of conflict who disappeared around the time you guys were in Megas, right before you found Captain Thunder Justice, Jonathan, the old drow wizard friend. She'd hired them to deal with her crazy brother, who is the cause of, big, bad, evil, spooky place flying away right now. You sorted out the plans, realized you still had the fake Fang collar with you because, well, it was never taken, because you kind of get the impression that Virian wasn't supposed to survive dropping it off. And so your plan has, we ended right as your plan was officially cemented as, okay, we get on board the bad thing, we kill everything on side, get the fuck off, and then blow it to hell.
See.
Mark that as red. And if you're wondering about the map right now, that's the the best I could find of a circus with a roller coaster around the perimeter. Oh, that reminds me, I need to sit back down at my computer chair and put up the locations of interest. This is relevant for you guys. Okay. Let me just put this like that. Okay. Now we need other colors for other things. This one, and we'll use that for this one. Actually, that could stand to be moved. Fucking. God damn it, Roll20. Let me click on the fucking thing and move it. It needs to be like right around here, actually. No, I don't want the page toolbar. I want to zoom out, you fucking thing. Damn it, past me. I thought you were better than this. Wait, no, that one can go here, and then this one should go here. And last but not least, we need the last of the spooky places we marked. Okay. Now I'm sure everyone's wondering, what the fuck are these boxes for? Allow me to explain. The gray one on the far left that's where you guys will be entering from. Like, that's your starting point. The blue one to the south, that is the main station for the roller coaster, which is one of the 3 places that has something keeping you from getting into the big top, which is the purple one in the center in it. The one to the north is the fun house, and the orange and red one in the back is the freak show. Because the whole layout of the place is basically there's 3 things locking the big top, and the big top is how you get inside the Lower Berg, which is still underneath the castle, which is still underneath the circus. Like, your only way in is through that, unless you try to, like, blow up the outside a lot. And, well, unfortunately, you didn't exactly get the Bismarck with guns. You just got a transport.
Yeah.
There are guns on the Guardian, but your best shot would be to, like, see if you can get on board, fuck up everything in there, then kill it. Because in theory, the main cannon on the Guardian could probably just, like, annihilate, just bore a hole straight through this thing. Because it's a pretty powerful cannon.
Indeed.
As you'd expect on a fucking, like, laser cannon on a nearly aircraft carrier sized airship to be. Hold on, I need to get sit down. We need music. this one? You know what? Close enough. Okay. You guys have all hit like long rest on your character sheets and everything, right?
See.
Cool. Fuck, damn it. I need to grab those too. Shit. There's that one. Grab Finless since he's actually here. Come on, Roll20. You can do it. I think part of our loading slowly problem with these is like these character sheets are just like terribly optimized, like coding wise on Roll20 side. So I'm very seriously considering like looking into a different character sheet. Like this thing takes fucking forever and it's really annoying.
Well, now we know.
Fair. I'm not actually sure how accurate that thought is. It's just my thought as to why it's being stupid.
Most like.
Be my guess.
Or just their back end is horrible too.
Maybe not, because we use a different character sheet in a different campaign I'm in. And it loads and reacts a lot quicker than this one, so I think this one is just like bad. Or maybe it's just like the sheer amount of text we put into everything. It's not helping. I don't know. Should I have Jinxes just in case for when he disappears for a little bit?
Yeah.
Copy this and then come back over to here. Down the old bus token.
Good old bus token.
Yep, just to mark where you guys are. Or, well, we'll be starting out at.
And remind me, the Mimic train goes literally through the funhouse, right?
Yeah, part of it goes through the funhouse.
Okay.
But thanks to you guys having the Bismarck, once you've had, you guys had a rest, then, the airship was still pursuing but not getting too close to not find out if, Evil Castle can shoot at them yet. Because, man, if that castle could shoot down an entire aircraft carrier-sized airship, you guys have bigger problems.
Yeah, we do.
Mm-hmm. When you wake up, you get about doing all your stuff, making sure everything's, like, good to go for you guys. You watch a few small, they're effectively like VTOL fighter jets. There's like only 2 on the entire deck of this thing, but one of them takes off and starts flying far more rapidly than the Bismarck can towards the thing. And you kind of get the impression that they're gonna see if they can probe out how good its defenses are before they send, the completely unarmed fucking airship towards it.
Well, had I known.
Hey, you guys needed a transport and you got one. It's actually fairly well armored, all things considered. But
We're gonna
in
have
the
to.
face of
we're-
demonic death cannons, you're not sure how well that can hold up.
We'll have to make a mental note to upgrade it with guns later.
Dun,
If-
dun,
if-
dun.
Assuming you need to. To be fair, you guys are currently just flying around like effectively like this more boxy Millennium Falcon kind of deal.
Mm-hmm.
After a little while, the VTOL fighter comes back and lands. The pilot hops out. He looks a little frazzled, but not like, oh god, I nearly died kind of frazzled. We're like, what the fuck just happened kind of frazzled. He hops out onto the deck and you see him start talking to a few people from Dragon Roar. You recognize one of them, it's Victoria. The other guy, you don't. But you have this like weird inclination to not mess with him because he looks like he beat the shit out of you with that rifle he's carrying.
I cast Rifle Club.
Well, no, this thing looks. It looks. It looks like the theoretical offspring of like a 50 caliber sniper rifle. It's not as big, and to be fair, neither is this guy. He's big for, well, a Makote, but he's not like, you know, man raw big. It's more like, compared to a normal Makote, he's like a slightly buffer midlander about,
Ah.
but still very no nonsense. And he's like, him and Victoria are like listening to the pilot of the thing, because I assume you guys are just milling around the Bismarck.
Uh-huh.
After like 5 minutes to the pilot talking to the two of them, Victoria like motions for him to follow her and says something to the sniper cat, who then starts heading towards the Bismarck while Victoria and pilot dude go into the ship. And Jacques, are you like currently outside the Bismarck right now, or are you just like watching from like a window inside?
Yeah, I'd be outside.
All right. I assume Fenlis is just like in his usual Zen state, just having tea somewhere on the Bismarck right now.
Damn straight.
All right.
Doing what I'm doing right now.
So wait, Fenlis does web design, but druidic.
Good point. Good point. All right, so doing half of what I'm doing right now. 50% T, 30% web design, 20% D&D. There we go. Yeah.
He's got his priorities almost straight.
Yeah.
T is
But,
very important.
Oh no,
Sniper-
the T isn't the issue.
Yeah. But the sniper cat approaches the first person he sees around the Bismarck, and that's currently Giacchio. He just sort of
Hello.
get your attention.
What's the deal? I saw the jet taking off earlier.
Probing for an entry point on the damnable thing over there, and he gestures with his thumb towards the lower berg. Good news is, it seems the main entryway of the circus is still functional as a landing spot for something of, well, even this size, and he nods past you towards the Bismarck.
And the bad news?
Well, as Tim over there could attest to, there appear to be some small, not terribly threatening, at least not to a high-speed assault craft like that, small flying undead or demonic things buzzing around. They're really, by his to quote, really fucking weird. And apparently account for the weird splotches on the outside of on the wings in a few places. And indeed, you look over, there's this weird there's weird purple bug splatter marks on it in places, but they look to be about the size of like a Great Dane. They're pretty big.
Okay.
And because of that, it seems I will be assisting in holding the LZ once you all arrive.
Very well.
Let's just get this over with. And he doesn't really say goodbye. He just sort of turns and starts walking away.
He does not want to deal with this shit. I just let him walk away. He just is already done with this whole situation.
Actually, roll me an insight check real quick.
Give me a second. Say, there you are. 1D.
The overall attitude you get from him is I'm not the most familiar with him, but it's kind of like somewhere between Geralt and Adam Jensen from Deus Ex. Just do things, get over with it. I don't get paid enough for this garbage.
I don't get paid enough for this. I didn't ask for this. Let's just get it over with.
Yeah, it's in a weird way, just because of the fact he's a Makote, it's like you're just sort of just part of the back of your things that could be me in 10 years. Holy fuck. Just very done with a lot of things. Okay. Then about
I will.
Unless there's any
I was gonna say I'm. Oh, sorry.
No, go on.
I was just gonna say I'll relay that to the rest of the party.
Okay. There's anything you want to see about on the Guardian before you guys, go storm the castle? Feel free to speak up. Want to look for specific characters to talk to someone in the party.
Chiakio's very tempted to, but he's gonna wait to deal with the current threat immediately in front of him right now.
We're just walking through the door hey, did you kill my mom? Just walk up to this one random person you've seen with a scar on the missing one eye, theoretically, and just be like, hey, were you an assassin 10 years ago? Yeah, no, that totally won't get you slapped. Don't worry about it. I assume Fenless is still just going to be chilling until it's time to get down to business. All right. What about Snack?
Also, it's about 8 minutes. I have to AFK for about 10 minutes for a phone call, but then
Fair enough. I'll make sure nothing.
I'm probably just performing maintenance.
Okay. I'll make sure nothing requiring druidic talents happens in the next 20 minutes then for you, Fenless.
Perfect.
Let me just slide this thing about badgers you need to beat with Fenless down the list. Don't worry about it. Hey, man. Dire honey badgers, yo.
That actually sounds amazing.
Okay. About 30 minutes after Sniper Cat walks off, he's the first one to come back. And he's got more. He's like, he's got his rifle. He's still got his rifle. He's carrying what looks like a heavy bag, like probably full of ammo and a few other things like, snipers kind of need to do, snipey things.
Mm-hmm.
And he just sort of plunks it down on a crate not too far and just says about making sure all his shit works. And slowly a few other members of Dragon War begin to file over to the Bismarck. Sniper Cat was first. The next one was Rhea. Who, it's interesting. Most of the times you've seen her before, she was wearing just like, not really like armor, or as much armor as like, a fist fightery monk type can actually wear.
Mm-hmm.
But like her outfit, it's still like loose and clearly not like actual armor, but it's clearly more like professional and like there is some serious shit going down. I need to, look like I'm actually here to, be serious about things and not just goof around and maybe kick a dude's balls off. And she starts talking. She says a few things to Sniper Cat, but he just sort of like grunts, doesn't really say a whole lot. Next up is... Oh, the next one's Marcus. Which, kind of concerning. Because again, last time you saw him, he was wearing something that looked like the, that one glamour I used with the Foe Striker coat and the Martyr's metal gloves. Now he looks... it looks more like he's wearing something similar to the Gimlet Dark tank aiming body. So it's just this like semi-armored jacket, short, not like long coat kind of deal. It's a pistol hanging from his belt, and then along with a sword. No helmet, but well, he's Dragonborn, so you're pretty sure he'll be fine. Pretty sure. After him comes... Okay. After him comes Victoria. Which, doubly weird. You... like, you guys have seen her before, and she's usually, like, dressed more befitting, like, someone who doesn't go to the front lines. She's actually, like, wearing proper, like... It looks almost Red Mage in... like swashbucklery style. Because like, got a rapier. So it looks easy to move in, but still protective. You can actually tell she's actually wearing an eye patch now. She hadn't been before the other times you'd seen her. And it's kind of weird, just like, just this little thought in the head, just like, their strategist is coming along. What? And then, yeah, last one on the list. Last one to show up is Roy, who did you question this man and like his life choices, because he's walking up, he's still looks like he's like walking off the clock working as a poker dealer in Las Vegas. Still. Like nicely pressed vest, red tie. He's got this actually no, he wouldn't have those. He has like fingerless gloves on. He's also and this is the really curious part, he's just sort of walking with a cane. It kind of gives you like this weird Blue Mage vibe.
Ooh.
In a way. Which is doubly weird because red hair, red tie, a lot of red with this asshole, and yet somehow just okay. And you don't see any like actual weapons, but then the last time you fought with him, he pretty much very quickly established himself as a bard. Because he made some music puns and then just cast Scorching Ray on some motherfuckers. I think that was like the one time he actually did. Yeah, that was the one time he actually attacked in that entire encounter. So you figure it's probably just like what he uses for his arcane focus then. Once he shows up, Marcus like kind of nods, then heads over to you, Giacchio. All right, you guys ready to go?
Ready as one can be to deal with giant Fortress of Evil.
Yeah, don't worry about it. It's just another Tuesday.
And you're bringing your strategist along? I give a quizzical look as I glance over his shoulder to see Victoria there.
Yeah, she seems to actually be holding a conversation with Tanner. And not like attempting to, but he's just ignoring her, but like they're like actually saying words. He like looks. It's not often she goes on a mission, but in this case she kind of wants to make sure, plus well, she knows quite a few good spots to plant explosives, so if we want to blow this place up and make sure it sticks, I mean, why not wire it to high heaven with CD4?
Fair enough.
In fact, as he says that, you see her get Tanner to get off the box, and she just goes in. Pulls out a duffel bag, and you see her loading it with plastic explosives.
Oh boy.
This plate's gonna fucking die when you guys are done with it.
Yep. And I'm being told it's time to eat, so I will be back in roughly half an hour. The only thing concerning the Loeberg is Giacchio does not want to deal with the funhouse first, if at all, because he does not want to deal with Mimic Train.
Well, you saw the roller coaster, motherfucker.
Well, that's what I mean when I say Mimic Train.
Yeah, no. The roller coaster's one of the places you gotta go.
Yeah. He'll deal with it. He just doesn't want to deal with it first.
Okay. Alrighty. In that case, like, we've probably got like little breaks. So just it's time for you and me to just like shoot the shit until they get back and snack. Because Darian's not already busy, he will be within like next 5 seconds, probably.
Yeah.
So hey, impromptu like intermission. Hold on, I need sillier music for the intermission now. Hold on. Where is it? Here we go. Intermission theme. So like, don't worry about things like the next maybe 10-20 minutes. We're just gonna kind of chill there for you stream people or YouTube people, whichever one of you is listening. I don't know, but you're cool. So man, Shadowbringer. Oh god.
Good old Shadowbringers.
That's gonna be a fun time.
I'm probably going to obsessively listen to the soundtrack.
Right? Like, just the trailer theme is really fucking good.
And both of the area themes.
Oh, yeah. I'm surprised and a little disappointed that the mount we saw in like the area walkarounds is the collector's mount. I thought that for a second was gonna be like a new tank mount for Dark Knight. I'm like, we're getting this like fucking demon dog horse thing. Cool. Collector's issue mount. Oh.
I do wonder what the Gunbreaker mount is going to be.
Yeah, because like we know there's gonna be like a tankless job Gunbreaker and tank you Gunbreaker like achievements. There just kind of has to be. This becomes a question of what do we get from them?
That is the question.
I mean, my assumption is like we get a, and this is exclusively based off the fact it was Gaius' title, we get like a wolf. Because, like, to be fair, even if he's not actually a Gunbreaker himself, he is still a Gunblade user we know of, and his epitaph was the Black Wolf.
Well, a wolf would be pretty cool.
Oh god, I saw something better. You know those giant, the giant pugs the Garleans deploy? What if we get one of those?
Surely we have to get one of those at some point in the expansion, right?
I hope so. If it's not like, you know, a tank mount, at which point I imagine Kel will immediately be like, all right, so I'm a Gunbreaker man until I get that dog. Because that just seems like the old boof response to more pupper.
Yeah, it does.
Oh my god, using this music for the intermission was a great idea.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It's like, here's how we tell if things are serious or not. Can you hear jaunty gumption? There you go. There's your determinator for how actually serious the situation is.
It's very serious.
Right? It's like the Wiggler hat in Monster Hunter World.
I love that thing, okay?
Hey man, I never said it wasn't amazing. Because sometimes you just gotta be king of the Wigglers.
Yep.
Oh, I don't think I really want to find out with Shepherds. Where the hell are we going? They still haven't told us. It's like, SE. SE, are we actually going to Garlemald, or are you going to fucking bamboozle us and, like, just send us through time, space, both, or some other fucking fourth thing? I don't know. Because you have to be confirmed the moon for 7.0. That's just, like, that's locked in for, like, ages down the road. They said it's confirmed, shub. I don't care if, you know, if Koji was laughing when he translated that line.
Well, hey, you never know.
Yeah, you never know. Oh, there's also... I really hope that when they do finally show off the Metal VR, because, like, they got it. They can't make the buns just, like, a one-gender thing. Like, they got a bunch of flack for that with the Makote and Rogadin in 1.0, and that's why we have Man, Cats, and Femros.
Yeah.
So, So like my immediate prediction is like when JP FanFest comes along, there's like we're just gonna see a fucking rabbit in like a fucking the Thav set just bust out on the stage and just start breakdancing or some shit. just no chill, just suddenly fucking like so either some cosplayer's gonna just kick down a door dressed as a male Vieira and just start fucking just tearing up the fucking stage, just dancing.
Well, that would be something.
It would be. I have seen people like theorize and joke that since Yoshida came out in the Gunbreaker costume for for this fan fest, he'll walk out on stage with like big like Vieira ears and like the dancer costume or some shit. JP.
That would be pretty fun.
Mm-hmm. Also, I'm like willing to bet like $5 that the t-shirt tees for the next job will come at the live letter.
It's likely.
Because like he couldn't exactly, you know, take off the Gunbreaker costume because it was like wired up with like his mic set up and everything. Like he's the secret is there. We will get it somehow. I know like 3 different people like semi-talk to on Twitter, all just like fucking just watching Yoshida with fucking binoculars aimed at their computer screens, like, where's your t-shirt? Where is it? Because like the moment any sort of like just even vaguely dancing related t-shirt shows up and Yoshida's wearing it, it's like fucking that's it. And we're getting dancer. It's happening.
Yep.
Although a lot of people have also pointed out that like they keep saying that Y'shtola looks like a black mage.
I'd just take a guess and say that that's just Y'shtola being special.
I would too, especially because apparently at the art panel they mentioned like her attire is black mage themed, or it's like listed as like the Y'shtola black mage or something like that.
Yeah.
The other weird thing is, why the fuck was she being called Matoya? Did like
We'll find out.
Yeah, I guess so.
Please look forward to it.
I am, however, still really fucking amused that Urianger is now on Astrologian. In like the long flowy robes, just like covered in fucking star-themed bling.
It is great.
It's pretty fucking funny, especially when he has like this fucking serious thing like talking about fate and shit, and he looks like he's gonna rip off his clothes and start dancing on a stripper pole to me. I don't know how much Darian can hear us right now, but if you can hear any of it, I'm pretty sure he's probably just like in his head, just like trying to not laugh on his phone call. Especially with this fucking music going, it's so good.
He might have just taken off his headset.
Yeah, probably. Oh my god, can my throat stop being like terrible right now?
Probably not, unfortunately.
Yeah. God damn it.
But hey, I get to be a tank main. That'll be fun.
Oh, hell yeah.
I'll get all of the cool fending gear now.
Mm-hmm. Plus, hey, since it starts at 60, you can, like, finally spend your poetics and just buy the Shire tank set.
I think I still have a lot of my level 60 tank gear.
I'm back.
Oh, hey, Darren.
Welcome back.
We're in an intermission while we wait for Jinx to get back.
Oh, okay. I was like, I heard Shire gear.
Yeah, as you can probably tell from the music playing in the D&D thing on Roll20, this is the silly intermission time because we're just like, nothing is gonna progress until like Jinx gets back and Tori shows up probably.
Yeah,
So we're just playing Jaunty Gumption and talking about Shadowbringers.
Dun, dun, dun.
I hope the Gunbreaker has cool looking Shire weapons as well as Diamond, Suzaku, and Seiryu because I am saving those in my inventory.
Oh,
You mean Shiva ones, the diamonds?
No, I mean Sigmascape Diamond.
Oh, okay.
because the Shiva's diamond is explicitly referred to as such. I mean,
Yeah,
like, the
I
one
might-
thing...
I might try Gun Out. I'm more interested in how they fix Dark because I like
Oh yeah.
Dark Knight as
Really?
Please, God. Essie, open up the job changes. Stop having them be closed. Tell me now. I
Do
must
you really
know.
know what they're doing?
Like, honestly, until I get Dark Knight, I don't give a shit what they're doing to any other job. Give me Dark Knight. What are you doing to my main?
Although it depends on what the next job, like whether it's Dancer or Geo or whatever they pop out next. That's going to determine whether I switch to Riona as the main character instead of Darien, because while Dancer is cool and all, Darien being an extension of me, I can't picture myself dancing for shit.
I mean, you do have the half-ass shuffle emote for male LSs.
Right,
so,
right.
Like, I'm pretty sure that's like, I assume that's like you're comparable to your actual dancing ability.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a little better, but
But you'd
I
still
have-
just be like, nah, half-ass shuffle, just like, this, can I stop now?
now if they made it where elves in the Dancer class did half-ass stuff for their moves, and it was just like, yeah, whatever, then I might be so inclined to
If it was like exclusively to male LS and they like
Yeah.
half the animation. Be
That'd
like,
be amazing.
sadly, probably not, because it's probably going to be like all the other animations for any job action, just like,
And Riona is so much cuter than Darien, unfortunately. And she's got Garuda's laugh. Oh, it's so good.
oh yeah.
She goes
Oh, yeah,
psycho.
what's-
It's great.
Also, you probably missed it because I'm pretty sure you had your headset off, but I remarked that Urianger in the whatever the fuck kind of astrologian gear he's wearing in that trailer, he honestly looks like he's about to rip it off and start dancing on a stripper pole to me.
Oh yeah.
I love how readily you agreed to that. Thank you.
Like, because I saw it and I'm seeing the cool flames and everything, and
He's like wearing
wait.
all black with like
Dude.
gold star bling everywhere. And he pulls out the fucking
like-
Yu-Gi-Oh cards,
I'm like,
talking
do
about
I know
Fate all
this?
serious. I'm like, dude, you look like you're about to get naked.
But then Y'shtola was just so badass at that moment that my brain.
I
was
still,
like,
I want to know why he referred to her as Matoya.
Okay, so yeah, that's right. You weren't in Discord when I was giving my theory on this. So some people in Reddit are trying to give the argument that Matoya is a title. So I went on the wikis and stuff and looked up, Matoya title, whatever have you. The only title that she was ever called and was pissed at lore-wise was the Custodian by the other scholars, and she hates the title.
Mm.
So as far as I'm concerned, it's her name. And since she's based off of Matoya the Witch from Final Fantasy 1, who was just a witch named Matoya, I'm inclined to believe that that's her name.
I would.
So-
Go on.
So that leads me to say that that's false. And I think it's either something happens to either Y'shtola or Matoya so that Y'shtola's body is holding both souls. So they're kind of sharing Y'shtola's body for some reason.
Mhm.
Or Y'shtola is somehow really messed up and Matoya is like, I don't know, using it for a while, I guess.
I've heard it similar to that, where it's like, for whatever reason, like they can't get Y'shtola back, or something like that. So like Matoya is sort of she's not confirmed like an echo bearer, so there's like no reason to think her soul will be able to transfer from her old body to Y'shtola's to like make sure it doesn't die.
Right.
I've also heard a theory that like Matoya sacrifices herself and Y'shtola takes on her master's name as remembrance.
Now that I could get behind, but that we have that's just like a shot in the dark.
Yeah.
So
it's definitely a shot in the dark, but it's like I could see that because it's like it was Mr. Happy he was remarking on in his trailer analysis. He's like ever since Matoya showed up and the whole thing was just still like using her life force to see, I could see Matoya like, okay, I'm like looks at a watch really closely. I'm like 3 days away from kicking the bucket, so here's what I'm gonna do, and just beats her magic into Y'shtola to fix her.
Yeah, that could be a thing. The other thing, which I forget who also mentioned part of this idea, is that if you notice, all of the Warrior of Light's friends are getting upgraded in some way. So like all of a sudden Urianger is an astrologian and he was an arcanist. Y'shtola is either some kind of black mage hybrid or something. And then Thancred is now a gunblader guy. So they're very different from their original people. So maybe they're all alternates from a different timeline, or if they did come back from whatever hell that they're stuck in, that's their like Dragon Ball Z powered up form. Like they were changed in some way while they were out of their body. So when
like
they
got
back,
fucking like their soul's like, hey, we're just gonna borrow you for a second. Whoop, hyperlog time chamber, learn how to astrologian, you bitch.
Yeah, like something like that. So
Also,
I don't know what it is.
Yeah. Also, to be fair, astrologian originates from Charlotte anyways, and given just how weird all the shit fucking Urianger knows is, it wouldn't surprise me if you're like, all right, fuck it, just rips off his coat. He's got the Astro AF3 underneath there. Let's fucking go.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he's got or he had the Astro shit on a shelf somewhere. He's like, I'm saving it for a rainy day,
Like
when
the situation needs to be this fucked before I go for the cards. If Urianger, it's like Urianger's like fucking like just the other signs know. If Urianger is calling upon the heart of the cards, shit's just giga fucked. Because he does not just fuck it, stars, kill them.
Make
sure that one doesn't die, but those guys know, fuck them. Comets, all the comets.
And then we have Mini Minfilia, which I mean that was pretty obvious to most people that's what was going to happen.
Oh yeah, no. The moment I saw her the first time, it's like the outfit underneath the hood. You can't see all of it, but it matches up with the neck part of the outfit Minfilia has the last time we see her.
Right.
So like, oh, no question, it's Minfilia. She's just tiny, which really fucking weird. I want to know what's up with that.
My guess with similar storylines is that because she was inserted or she became one with Hydaelyn, since the light is about to have the catastrophe or whatever, maybe this is Hydaelyn with Minfilia returning to the world in an attempt to help it because she doesn't want to destroy everyone either. But she's weakened or, for some reason.
Yeah, like that's another thing. Like shit's been it's a very weird just like situation because like they keep talking about like the balance between light and dark, but as I recall when we got rid of the Warriors of Darkness the first time, it's like Urianger's like, all right, hey, fucking Hydaelyn mom, we got this like giga-sized fucking mana shift for you from just like all this light energy from between these fuckers and the cool guy on our team, like just punching the shit out of each other. Just stick a curly straw in it and get your strength back.
Yeah, it is weird because no matter what we do, they keep saying like light's going to take over everything, but yet every time we talk to Hydaelyn, she's weak as balls.
Yeah, it's like there's something screwy here. There's also like even like as far back as 2.x, and I know this because me and Tori jumped into a party finder where someone's like, hey, can you like come with me through the end of ARR's like 2 story dungeons because I can't go into the queue. into the story roulette, and it's like I don't want to, harass people who don't want to wait for the cutscenes.
Yep.
Related story: throwing fish at guys and Baelsar is great. Yeah, I helped on Blue Mage when we got to the Praetorium. But when you're about to fight La Habrea after you punch Gaius out of the Ultima weapon, he remarks on the balance of light and dark being fucked more in favor of light than dark. Even all the way back then.
Right.
And that Hydaelyn is a problem that needs to die and Zodiark needs to come back to fix everything. Which, at the time, you could pass as like, oh, he's like fucking good is just terrible. Let this let fucking Crystal Satan show up and fix everything. Don't worry about it. It totally won't kill you. We promise. But now it's like, okay, what the fuck is going on here? Because seeing that again when we're so close, when everything is just fucked for the Scions, and we're so close to Shadowbringers, there's I'm calling some shenaniganry here.
And I mean, I still don't completely get I know Hydaelyn infuses the Warrior of Light with some good vibes to some degree.
Yeah.
Like, she's the one who protected us from Ultima originally and whatever have you. But as we've grown in power, do we siphon it from her, or are we just becoming our own god? And then maybe by us deciding, oh, yo, we're darkness now, that she gets completely cut off of the light siphon? Because I mean, we're doing the most for her, I guess.
That's a really good question and a really valid concern, because because this is a recurring thing I keep thinking of, because everyone keeps praising the Warrior of Light. Like, how close are we to becoming a fucking primal at this point? Just how close? It's got to be fucking coming, because we kind of beat our way through fucking Midgard's Zone, being like, no, fuck your Blessing of Light. Through the course of everyone, we just punch the locks until we get it back, and then we're still we become fucking Super Saiyan 72 or some shit, and just continue tearing through everything in our path until Xeno shows up, because his bullshit plot powers lets him fucking dick slap us unconscious a few times. For whatever fucking reason.
Yep. That was the one thing that in the newer dungeon I was kind of laughing at. I let it go, but at the end of Heaven's Ward, when you storm to go face Mr. Retard, you were part of an elite team. So as you're navigating through the battle, I'm under the understanding that no one really knows you're there, and you're kind of behind the lines, surgically getting up to Mr. Badass, whatever. In this one, it's a whole war battle that's going on. Everyone's just throwing shit across. So we're gods, and every time they throw one boss at us, we basically bitch slap it out of the way. And at no point do they decide, hey, maybe we should throw 80 of us at you at the same time because you're a problem.
Well, to be fair, I think the problem Garlemald has with the Warrior of Light is that apart from the higher ups, they don't exactly know who the fuck we are, and we're coming in with the entire Eorzea Alliance with us to Gimlet. So it's
That's
they got to
true.
pick out one motherfucker amongst a billion other bastards. So, because you're absolutely right with Baelus as well, because the Alliance, because Garlemald is getting hassled by the fakes headed by Ilbert von Slap Me because I'm stupid. The actual Alliance is near the edge, is sort of coming up around the front door and drawing attention, while we sort of just okay, they don't know we're here, we don't know we're here, just kill everything and keep going. Find Ilbert, kill him, but then everything's fucked because he's a jackass and a cheater. So it's you're not wrong that we sort of snuck into Baelsar's Wall and finished off the X-Pack that way for Heaven's Ward. Then given that we fucking the three NPCs. One of like they can just fart out LB3s. We
Oh, yeah,
still can't do that.
I mean, the way they presented it, it was cool because I got enough of my suspension of disbelief because I had some NPCs. They were doing things. Stuff was happening. We did have some fly-ins of some soldiers or whatnot. But
yeah, the justification response was some like running in or being parachuting in.
But, you know, we've seen these mobs time and time again, and we slaughter them all the time. So, like, there's just a humor in the back of my mind going, seriously? Although the Brofist twins at the end were just they were on another level.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no, I was both shocked and a little underwhelmed when Delta Trance from the punchy twin was just a single attack because Livia has that when you fight her in Meridianum.
Oh, and yeah, you're right.
It wasn't a tank buster. It was still a tank buster back then, but it hit multiple times. It was like 4 or 5 attacks that did like about a K damage each, which I think at the time you would have first gotten there. That's a pretty scary amount of damage for a tank to take in about 3 seconds.
Yep.
Because like, oh, hey, here's like just 4 or 5K of your like maybe 7K health missing. Have fun, bitch. But now it's just like you go in with a 130 gear and you're just like, lol, because it tickles. And then fucking this bitch shows up with her version of Delta Trance where it just hits you once, but it's a freight train.
Boom.
It's like, sup, slut. Boof. Fucking hurts.
Was that the one that put Naku at like 2 HP? And I was like, ah!
Yeah, probably because both Punch Sister and Sword Sister both have a tank buster. The only thing
I remember Deep Sing, and then I was just going. She had an X-Cog that got used, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, I'm like mid-broil, and her health just went
just squeaky.
It's like, yeah!
Just, oh shit, heals, do something.
She won't.
Oh yeah, of course she won't.
She's there for moral support, and she even sucks at that.
Oh, poor Io.
Yeah, this is why we gotta go slap her mom. Which, related story, I hope we get actual weapons out of Titania, and she's not the accessory bitch primal from the start of the X-Pack like Lakshmi was.
You know, I just automatically assumed weapons until Honora and Kip told me that in Discord today. And I instantly got so sad and then so angry because that's probably what's going to happen, because that's the primal aesthetic I want. I want nice, flowy, fairy-style weapon. Just once.
That would be really nice.
I mean, it's hard to say. But, like, we'll at least kind of know because yeah, we got... Lakshmi was the first one that revealed the 2 primals for Stormblood. And she was the one who became the accessory bitch.
Weren't they revealed at, like, the same time?
Nope. Lakshmi first, then we got Susanoo at JP, because until EU FanFest last time, we didn't know about Othard. Because we got the first reveal, it was all Alamigo, Red Mage still all Alamigo, the Ananta were like in the Alamigo area. And then it's like, finally, EU FanFest comes up, Yoshida kicks down the door as the fucking DPS samurai. Sup, sluts, we're going to Othard, here's Susanoo. But then there's also, there's 3 beast tribes. One just hasn't been mentioned at like the actual FanFest yet, which is kind of weird to me.
Oh, the other beast tribe is dwarf.
Yeah,
so it's the pixies, the Numu, and the dwarves. But I have no idea what the dwarves are going to look like, because I don't think dwarves were shown in any of the Final Fantasy, like the main line. I know in FF1 they existed. Yeah, they existed, but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with them either, and I'm very curious because like I can tell you right now, the dwarves are absolutely going to be the crafting beast tribe. Like they're going to be the Namazu, the Moogles, the Ixali, the whatever the fuck. And like if we have a primal from them, if they give us a primal too, I'm gonna assume that that one's the accessory bitch, and not Titania.
Hey, I just want to know what the new Mo Primal is going to be.
That's another really good
The
question.
cutest cow thing we've ever seen.
Somehow
Actually,
they conjure.
I don't know. I don't like a realistic looking version of a Nomu. I don't even know what it would be because it just
It's
works
like
so well in that tactics style that
Yeah, it really does. I imagine them as kind of like... I don't want to say whale rabbits, but whale rabbits with like...
To me, they look kind of like guinea pigs, just with really fat tails,
with really like...
long fat tails.
I
furry
am back.
tails. Welcome back.
Hi, Jinx. We were in holding pattern intermission with Jaunty Gumption while you were away.
Ah.
So we just
I
been
come
talking about
back.
Shadowbringers for the past like half hour.
I come back to a viewer who was all sorts of confused.
Yeah,
So
I'm
to answer
sorry,
Kane's question, as Marcus said, they were kind of in a holding pattern because I had to walk away for a little bit for dinner.
Yeah,
But
and
I am
right
back.
after you left, Darian had to AFK too, so it's like we'll just wait for them to get back because either they'll both be back or Tori will show up and we can just continue from there.
Yeah.
So sorry about that, viewer. It's like we just like I didn't want to continue the story with like literally only one other person here, so it's like I'm just gonna wait and just talk about something else, just shoot the shit for a little bit. I am very sorry for the massive confusion. Let me just sit back down and turn off Jaunty Gumption and get back to the actual music we had a second ago. Oh god, my body! Okay, let's get back to this music. Slightly less silly.
And the Elder Scrolls that I guess you're seeing is just the map he picked. We're actually at Giant
Oh, yeah,
Fortress of Evil underneath
with a
a
carnival
carnival.
on top of it, because I couldn't find a carnival with something that resembled a roller coaster track around it, so that's why there's that's why there's this weird thing. And
So, yes, these so-called walls are actually
Yeah.
the roller coaster.
yeah, it's supposed to be that because it's like, man,
Hey, it works. I mean, the walls are drawn in a way that you could say, yeah, that's a track.
mm-hmm. And as I mentioned last week, despite it not actually being on stream, it's like fucking this is a map that I had a total party kill on once. It's fucking terrible, but an alchemist turned into a fucking minotaur and Tokyo drifted through like I think 110 peasants.
Killing
was,
killing them all. And I think
Yeah,
we calculated it out.
15K shame XP from the DM. It was funny and terrible at the same time, but don't worry about it.
I was there for that stream, I think. And I think we calculated it out later in the matter of several in-game minutes. He single-handedly killed as much, if not more, people than you guys have killed as a party in the entire campaign previously.
Yeah, which wouldn't have been hard because I wasn't there for most of that campaign, and I think that was like only my maybe 10th session by the time that happened.
Apparently, this map is the Imperial City.
Oh
'Cause-
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it
is.
I can see it is the Imperial City, capital of Cyrodiil and the Empire. It's just hidden in the fog of war that you guys can't see through. Like, if you want to see it though, it's top left. Boop. But don't even fucking worry about it.
Oh man, Sinkhole Cavern. Let's go there.
Wait, what?
Back in that corner, it showed a location named Sinkhole Cavern.
No. Yeah, I see it now. No, stop playing with the Fog of War tool.
Just stop it.
Like trying to make sure that hides, and it's like it's showing just like with a light gray tint to me, but I can keep layering more Fog of War, so it just gets darker and darker even on my screen.
Oh dear.
And I was just literally just like making that corner just like this dark, ominous black spot. But don't worry about it. Okay, I can just close Jacques Yoshi. Thanks. I'm not actually gonna need him. Anywho. All of Dragon War about, or all the ones that are coming with you guys anyways, you know, load up on the large amounts of fucking high explosives that Victoria's going to be using to wire the fuck out of this place. And assist in blowing it to Kingdom Come.
Yep.
And with that, the twins, Victoria, yeah. You guys and the 5 got from Dragon Roar get on the Bismarck, and Snackbot begins the approach. And you guys are the 2 fighters that were on the deck. Fly nearby to escort you, like just in case.
Good idea.
It's like your ship has, you know, fairly sturdy armor, but just in case you need to have some things shot down, here's some backup. Seems like they got a different guy than they called in a different pilot from the one who had to scout it out because he's looked a little traumatized.
Hey man, he saw some things.
Yeah, it's there's some weird shit, and as you guys are flying closer, you start seeing some of it because you see a few times the your escort ships like one of them speeds up a little bit, and just you see it like start attacking some things, and you're pretty sure it's just shooting down some of the little like skeleton flyer boys or whatever the fuck demon battle bullshittery is just around this thing, like, you know, really angry undead bees. It's like the whole like flight over is about 40 minutes, and about like 20 of that involves your escorts like more actively like engaging little buggers. One like kind of like it hits like right, it like looks like it's like coming right towards you, but then just gets like poof, shot out of the air and just becomes a fine mist.
Ah.
It only slightly splatters on your windshield. Yes. Yeah. Once you guys land, like the moment your ship like touches down in the kind of entryway, you probably crunch a few like little empty booths and maybe some dead people, dead things. You don't know. It's a big area, but you're still like gonna land on some shit, and you have no idea of really knowing what it was. But the moment like you touch down, just the Dragon War guys are just off like a shot, and they're outside like already just like fuck, like if anything is within immediate range, they're looking to like fuck its shit up. So you guys have, you know, a proper secured landing zone.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can really tell with these guys, they're on the ball, and they're not happy with this place. They are taking no chances.
Oh yeah, I'm. When we land, I'm definitely walking off with weapons drawn at the ready.
Mm-hmm.
This is not a place to fuck around.
Yeah. As soon as you guys come out, you hear a sniper round go off, and you look up. Tanner has made his way onto the top of the Bismarck and just set up a sniper perch up there.
Works for me.
Tanner is a sniper cat. You got his name on the way over.
Ah.
I forgot to mention that. Tanner Kretz. Kretz.
Okay.
Let's see. Yeah, you've got Jonna. You've got LRL. Okay. Once, like, 10 minutes is like making sure the whole thing is like kind of secure. And Marcus and Rhea are both quickly, like, you know, shuffling out some like riot barrier things they brought with them just to help further secure the LZ. So, you know, you guys have places like hide, duck behind and shit. Use like overturned or busted up, you know, circus shit. Like you set up shop effectively pretty quick. And as once you got, like, you know, your little perimeter set up, like Marcus and Victoria sort of like call like a group huddle. And she sets down a little like beacon thing that pops up a holographic map of the top of the Loeberg, so it's the whole circus, which gives you kind of the aerial view you get from the map right now.
Okay.
With, you know, your LZ marked and then the 4 relevant locations. Which are labeled, again, for reference, the top one that's light blue is the Funhouse. Dark blue at the bottom is the roller coaster terminal. Orange is the freak show, and purple in the middle is the big top. Once that's set up, Victoria like kind of brushes her hair to one side a little bit, and it's like, all right, so how are we going to approach this? Right after she says that, you hear the roller coaster mimic just vroom by it. It sounds like it's making screams of the damned.
I really don't want to deal with that first thing.
You also hear a gunshot shortly after, and it looks like Tanner tried to do something about it because it spooked him. You're not sure if it hit because it got a little bit too far away too quickly.
Wonder if we
That's just like another thing to keep in mind for like this whole conversation. Every so often, you'll just hear like a fucking sniper round go off because Tanner's just popping something.
I almost wonder if we can't blow that thing off the tracks. Actually. Not that it would probably do much because it's actually a mimic.
Well, if it's still on the tracks, I assume it can't easily get off or it doesn't want to.
Remind me, the Loeberg is basically straight under. So currently the tracks are the edge.
Yes.
Okay, so if we shot this thing off the tracks in the right way, it's just gonna go flying off the side, and the Guardian can maybe do some skeet shooting.
Yeah, does the Jackie actually say that?
Yes, he will actually say that.
Mark's like, it's not a bad idea. I'm really sad we didn't think of it before we came all the way out here. That would have made this probably a lot easier.
Yeah, I wish I had thought of it sooner too.
But if fair, we didn't exactly get a feel for how quick it was from back there. I was like, long-range scanners can only do so much. There is a delay, after all. At this point, terrain kind of steps up. Do we perhaps know if there's any survivors up here still? Not to doubt the dragon's means of teleportation, but I'm not certain we could have gotten everyone. Victoria sort of gestures to him. Your big friend does raise a good point. We don't know if there's anyone completely innocent still alive up here. It's been a whole day, so realistically it's unlikely, but it's still possible. Some people can be very determined in the face of great adversity. To which Celestine's like, friends? Find friends? And then Victoria kind of nods. Celestine, yes? Yes! Do you think you could perhaps be on a search party, search and rescue? Find anyone, bring them back here. And, if needed, you'll be called to assist the others. Celestine's nods his head and his tail's wagging. The half-orc lady rolls her shoulder. I can help with that too.
Oh, that's right. She was on the ship with us.
Yeah, you guys still have her and haven't gotten rid of her.
Jackie was not complaining. He just was focused on the task at hand and completely forgot about her.
Don't worry about it. But there's a little bit more conversation, and it involves, getting the booth a headset that will actually fit and not bug him and make him shake it out, so they can actually, call him if you guys need him.
Mm-hmm.
And then LRL, Evelyn, Terrain, Jonna, and Celestine or actually no, Evelyn stays at the ship. The booth, Rin's characters, and the NPC are... Here's my excuse for why they're not helping you guys directly. They're looking for survivors.
Yep.
The logic behind Jonna going with them being there's potentially evil magic here. I'm a magic user. Let me slap it out of the way. Don't worry about it. Well, Boof and Terrain can, actually rescue people. And LRL can, let me smash. Because she's still a half-orc fighter.
Yep.
And you can see on the holographic map that Victoria put down, there's now a cluster of blips to mark where they're running around the thing. But don't worry about them being on the map yet, because it'll only really matter when they need to catch back up with you guys for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
All right, there's that task dealt with. Next question becomes, how do we, handle all of this? We could split groups. Us with Dragon Roar handling one problem, you handling another, and perhaps reconvening in the center if we get things over with quick enough.
Not a bad idea. I think I personally want to take on the freak show. Because I have a feeling it's a front that my uncle somehow had a hand in, and I want to eradicate the mess he left upon the world.
Hi, twin.
Hello, twin.
Your uncle is Deus Machina. If something is bad in the world, it's probably his.
I mean, fair. Someone was paying his uncle to do shit, so you might need to go one higher up the food chain. To be fair.
I basically gave him what I told Marcus. I basically compared him to Father from Full Metal Alchemist.
Yeah. Also, I'm gonna point this out just like as just the DM talking for a second. Like, you have... I want to know what you're basing Jacquio's entire logic on this potentially being tied to Zayasha on.
Just basically the name. He's just being cautious about it.
Okay, so
he doesn't actually know. He's assuming.
Okay, so he's flat Earth reaching it.
Yeah.
I would say, or the fact that he, saw Jonah's face on the Rogues Gallery Skype.
No, I didn't see Jonah. Did we? No, we didn't.
Yeah, you did. He freaked out and immediately hung up.
Oh, Jonah, not Jonah. Sorry. I
Yeah.
misheard what you said. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he doesn't have any solid evidence or anything. He's just basically assuming. Like you said, he's pretty much flat Earth reaching.
Okay. Marcus is like, all right. He looks over at Ryan. What do you two think? You actually kind of know this place. Rhea kind of shrugs. Voice is like, he's like in character looking at Chicago. Why do you think your uncle had anything to do with the freak show?
Honestly, it's just an assumption. I'm reaching. Plus, I think you said it was a recent addition, and that's the only inkling I have that might be what it is.
Must have been a recent addition. I did. I looked it up. It was added about 3 years ago, and they were bought out like a year and a half ago. So, I mean, if Care, Jonah, whatever the fuck the asshole's name is, knew your uncle somehow, that's like the connection that's got me weird a little bit. It's like how you think they mingle, but I mean,
like I said, it's just an assumption. I'm just trying to be careful.
Fair enough. What was your uncle like, mad scientist, poking people with test tubes, adding arms and shit?
Something to that effect, yeah.
Charming.
He wasn't adverse to experimenting on children either.
Cool, sleaze. Anyway. There's Arvin chimes in now, sort of butts and conversation with it. Jacquio, didn't you also see him in that call thing? You walked in with your, very much deceased uncle for intimidation purposes?
Jonah, yes, I saw Jonah. I also saw Courtmaster Valerian, Varian, who we obviously helped.
Yes, well, because he was kind of being manipulated.
Yes. But yes, I did. I did see Jonah in that call.
Okay, that explains things.
And Kane100, thank you for the follow.
Where kind of looks at Marcus. I think it should be us to handle that then. Marcus looks at him. Why do you figure? I mean, mad science knows Care. I'm just gonna keep calling him Care. And Care's a bit out there. I assume he's only gotten worse since we are, standing on a fucking, he stomps on the ground, demon temple underneath a circus. So, like, not to knock their abilities, but we're a bit, more used to, serious situations like this. I mean, plus, well, you saw Leo's report on that lab. That place was fucked. Mark's like, yeah, I did. How the fuck did you? Don't worry about it. We're gonna have a talk, Roy, when this is over. Like, boss. Or just, Mark is just, oh my god. Fucking, all right. So, he casts us for Freak Show, and I'm inclined to agree, sadly. Just leaves the Funhouse and the roller coaster terminal. And, well, Marcus, turns his head, the fucking mimic just rolls by again. You hear 2 more shots from Tanner trying to kill it. Well, Turbo Ugly there kind of cuts through it. So, no matter which one we go to, we either deal with him directly, or whoever goes to either one, the Funhouse has to then deal with him while also dealing with the Funhouse. So it's a matter of how pressingly do we want to get rid of that fucking mimic.
Given that it's Turbo Mimic, I think it's a rather pressing matter.
Mm-hmm.
Because trying to deal with it in the Funhouse may become an overwhelming task, depending on what's in there. If anything.
Yeah. Mark's looks up to the top of the bid. Mark, hey Tanner! And then you just hear there's a pause, and then, what? Think you play spotter for that fucking mimic? A longer pause. Probably. Why? 1 sec. He looks at Victoria. How much C4 did we pack again? She just holds up an entire duffel bag. It's full. He's like, think we could spare 3 and still blow this place to hell? She sort of shakes it. Does some mental math. Probably. All right. He looks back up and Tanner raises his voice again. We're gonna see if we can blast the mimic off and then just skeet shoot it with the Guardian.
Yes.
Because man, I like the sound of that plan. There's another it's the whole 30 seconds before Tanner says anything. Why do I let you sign my paychecks again? You know damn well why, Tanner. Think you up for it? Probably. It's just you hear a pause and then the mimic's coming by and he's shooting at it some more. It's really annoying.
Yeah, trust me, I don't like it either.
Everyone's like, well, if we deal with it, then it's not causing a problem at either the terminal or cutting through the Funhouse, which is nice, but then we still have to deal with whatever's at either one. Unless somehow getting rid of the mimic excises the reason to go to the roller coaster terminal. Which, I doubt it'll be that convenient, but hey, you never know. Let's be optimistic, he says with this half-assed smile. He usually gives him a thumbs up. See, that's the spirit. That's the kind of attitude we gotta have in this situation. Mark's just... I mean, you're not wrong, but still, Turbo Ugly there, I don't want to fucking know what it's like to actually like try to fight a mimic that's also a roller coaster. I'll be honest, it's just deleting the problem sounds way more appealing.
Yep. Because even if it doesn't excise the terminal, that's at least one less thing to deal with in 2 locations.
Mm-hmm. That it would be. Next question becomes, what, do we just blow it off the side from like right here? I mean, this is the side facing towards the Guardian, so it would be a clearer shot for the ship.
That would be my guess, give it the best shot.
Just have to wait until right after it goes past so we can set the explosives. Which shouldn't be too hard. It goes screaming by again. Doesn't exactly make itself hard to hear or notice.
Mm-hmm.
Because for like reference on like what you're hearing when it goes past, it sounds like the whole like the stereotypical like people on roller coaster sound, but like filtered through hell. So instead of like joyous, like it's more like or some shit. It's fucking creepy.
Which earns it even more of Shiakyo's nope. I'm gonna let the Guardian skeet shoot this bitch.
I mean, it is a viable strategy. It's not one I had considered before now, but it's viable. You can certainly try. Which I assume naturally means you guys want to try and just blow up the mimic.
Yes. I'm assuming in Merc School, Shiakyo's at least heard of mimics, but he's definitely never heard of one that was also a fucking roller coaster.
Like, the concept of mimics are just things, and
yeah,
they're like considered at most as like they're like the flies of demons. Like, they show up in places, they're kind of annoying, but they're not terribly threatening unless they get really, really big. And well, this one's fucking huge.
And there's technically multiple.
It's honestly, it's like for effectiveness, it's like it's got one brain, but it's basically like it's combined a mimic with a centipede.
Mm-hmm.
And made it really, really fast, but also really fast on a very fixed direction. So it's not like it can ambush you because you know where the fuck it's gonna be.
So yes, let's try and blow this mimic off the tracks.
Boo.
I mean, hey, it's problem solving. I did put forward a mimic on a roller coaster track for you guys to deal with, and you certainly thought of a way to deal with it, and
and we have the means to do it.
you also have a means to not have to roll for it because none of you have explosive expertise, but Victoria does, which means I have to destroy my own plans. Damn it, Tori, why'd you have to make her so smart?
You know why.
Yeah, I do. It's standing right next to her, and it's a giant lizard. I know exactly why. Oh no, there's another reason standing like 5 feet away from her with red hair dressed like a poker dealer.
Sorry, you say redhead?
Yeah, the Roy and Ray are here.
False alarm as you...
Well, it's him and his sister are both redheads, so...
I think I knew what Darren was getting at, and he's earned an internet high five from me.
Okay, so the mimic goes by like 4 more times. It seems to be going faster each time it comes past.
Oh, good.
You get the feeling that because of how many times Tanner has shot it, he's pissed it off. So now it's like it can't get off the tracks. It doesn't seem like, but it's going by, and it, like the angry like screams of the dam also sound like angry. No, so it's like is this very frustrated mimic trying to get off the tracks to eat you people, but it can't.
Bitch.
Victoria slaps C4 to. It's roughly about from where you guys are at the bus icon. Let me get the fucking ruler thingy. Ruler thingy. Come on, roll 20. Thank you. It's like right around here-ish.
Okay.
Don't fucking roll 20, please. Like right around down here. So there's a distance between you guys, so you might not get caught in the blast. So you probably won't get caught in the blast. Because again, these are like full-on building demolition charge tier C4 bundles Victoria packed because fuck this fucking demon castle.
Mm-hmm.
She walked away with with only about like 4 of them. She came back with 0 after she estimated like she'd need 3 to properly make sure it gets launched in the direction to get shot at. And you like hear Marcus trying to coordinate with the airship like miles away to shoot a fucking mimic that's about to come hurtling through the fucking air.
And the best part is even if it misses, we still get a little bit of siege damage, question mark?
You might. It depends on how far it falls before they get the shot off. Because to be fair, they're not using the big gun on this. No.
Oh, yeah, no.
That gets 1 shot, and you guys are going to use that to kill the place.
I figured they were just going to shoot a bunch of machine guns at it. Fire for effect.
Well, they have other armaments that have enough range to theoretically get it.
Fair enough.
It very much helps that like what they're aiming at is going to be a slow moving. This is like the theoretical anti-airship weaponry they have on the thing. So it's like the point of defense. This is like the extreme maximum range, so they're like trying to get it a little closer as you guys are setting this up. But once it happens, like, oh yeah, no, rip mimic. That's that's a natural 19. Yeah. Good job, Victoria. You've killed it.
Nice.
Once it's about to like come screaming around the corner, you just hear the click, the massive explosion that was fucking flawlessly timed because she fucking natural 19'd her goddamn intelligence check for timing on it. And the mimic, yeah, it goes hurtling. Probably because of explosion and probably because its track is now gone off the side of the carnival, and the demonic like fucking carnival screaming just continues but louder as it's like now flying. Kind of.
No fear.
You start hearing
one fear.
No fear. Some horse chick with explosives. One fear. And then you just hear just like some after a moment you hear some like distant boom, 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 boom. And you get the best look you can from the edge of like poking through like the front gate, like holding on to shit so you can look over. That mimic's fucked. Like between the heavy long range shots from the Guardian and the fact it's falling.
Yeah, it's falling a very long ways. The amount of fall damage that's gonna take.
You're very lucky you're passing over a mountain right now. Not a big one, but it's still like a mountain. And you're also like the ground level for the carnival is about a mile, maybe 2 or 3 in the air by now. It's a mile or 2 up, maybe a bit more. I'm not exactly good at like space off ground flying things, but it's high enough that like even if you didn't have a fucking airship gunning it down as it's falling, the fall damage alone is probably going to reach like, I don't know, several hundred d6. And I'll tell you now, I estimated the Mimic having about 200 health. With just a pain in the ass to hit because it's so fucking fast.
Yeah.
So
You could literally roll ones at this height. You could roll straight ones and it'll still die.
Yeah, because it's like every 10-foot fallen is 1d6. And if it's like several miles, I'm no expert, but I'm pretty sure there's more than 200 feet in a mile.
Yep.
So that
Mimic's done.
Rin is going to be so pissed because he helped design this whole thing. That's why he's been excited. He also, to be fair, wanted to have Terrain hop on the tracks and fucking wrestle the Mimic. Which would have been cool, but sadly, you had a better, funnier plan involving just, fuck it.
Fuck it, let's let the guard...
got an airship, be gone, thought.
Let's let the Guardian have some fun.
I mean, hey, they kind of have to support you if their boss is with you. And they kind of want him back when this is over.
Also, Kane said earlier, if she wants to smash, she needs to give him a stick. Bitches love sticks. It's funny you mention that, because one of the axes Celestine has is literally named Stick.
Yeah, it was the one he started with. It's one carried over from Pathfinder that I had to slightly nerf, but even then it's still really fucking strong, because fucking fighters, man! I was not expecting the amount of power the booth would have.
We broke him so magnificently.
Well, that's just gonna be a different time when we're not, on
Yeah.
the D&D clock. Anyway.
Alright.
Marcus is like, he's like standing next to whoever's like the other things, like looking over, it's like, well, that one's fucked.
Yep. Shall we go?
Alright, cool, that was
In that case,
quick and easy.
In that case, should we go check the coaster terminal then to see if, by some chance, we have excised what we need to for the roller coaster terminal?
Mark's like sort of like doing this like counting on his fingers, like thinking thing. Not a terrible idea. Because then once we check that, we can just swing around up to the towards the other two attractions to the other side. As well, he like kind of rolls his shoulder. Pretty sure we can handle a few weird science experiments you're crazy and I assume very dead uncle may or may not have made. And even if he didn't have any hand with it, I think we're a bit better equipped to handle what's in there than you guys are. No offense.
No, I understand.
Plus, well, you have one really big problem out of your way for checking out the funhouse.
Very true.
Well then, let's get to it.
Mm-hmm.
And with that, then you guys leave the very, very safe landing zone, which has a sniper on top of your airship and an entire dragon protecting it right now. Because Evelyn stayed behind, and once you guys are far enough away, she just poof, into dragon form. So there's now this big black dragon just sitting there. Also gives you a really handy landmark that's like when its head is like when she's like sitting down, her head sticks up pretty far enough that you can kind of see her, so you can keep your bearings without having to rely on the goddamn big top in the middle.
Yep.
You occasionally hear like a roar and an explosion. You assume she's probably smiting some little demon things coming her way.
Demon pleb.
Yeah, like
You know not who you fuck with, plebeian.
I mean, to be fair, I have a list of the things you guys could find up here. There's none of them are high CR. So like as you're like going through, you occasionally come across like, you know, skeletons and zombies. They're like CR 1 at most. You guys are level 15. You just kind of slap.
Slap.
I'm pretty sure like a few straight just unarmed strikes, like not even. Yeah, no, just like straight up. I'm pretty sure Gyakio could on a few of these just like completely just punch them, and just from the 1 damage plus his strength would just like kill them, or at least half shot them.
I would do a total of 7 damage on an unarmed strike.
Yeah, they're. Between like you guys don't have to like exert yourselves in any seriously meaningful way beyond like, you know, cantrips or weapon attacks to get past these things, because once you hit them, they're donezo. Snek in particular doesn't even have to do anything because Snekbot just shovels the fuck out of them. Like they get close to Snek, you just hear Kong! And then like a skeleton's bone like goes flying past you.
And if he turns his shovel a certain way, it does blunt damage, which is effective on skeletons.
Well, yeah, that's you just using the flat of it, just like play golf. Kong! Snakebot knows how to wield that shovel effectively.
Oh, I have no doubt.
Okay, now I need to double check the notes I have for the roller coaster. Where is it? There it is.
So just remind me, we're all swinging to the coaster, and then from there we're gonna split off and do the fun house while they do the freak show.
Yeah, hold on. Let me grab another. Let me grab some other tokens real quick.
Just double checking in my head.
Keep track of you guys better. We're gonna use Snekbot.
Glorious Snekbot.
So you guys, you're down to the south at the roller coaster terminal. What is this? Okay. Once you wade through the scrubs, once you guys are like about to get there, Marcus is and Dragon Roar's team, they kind of already split off and head for the freak show, because like given how largely non-threatening the things just wandering around here seem to be, they're like, we're just gonna like head for the one of the meaty problems.
Mm-hmm.
And okay. Once you get there, it's apart from the fact that one section of the track way back there is destroyed, one thing that kind of stands out to you once you're at the terminal is about it's roughly from the terminal, it's like right around this little pillar thing on the map.
Mm-hmm.
It's right around here. There's a big like loop for the roller coaster. Like it's almost big enough that you'd swear that those little VTOL fighters that escorted you here could just like buzz right through it.
If they wanted to get real,
as shit,
if they wanted to get real fancy,
yeah, they could totally thread the needle if they wanted to be fancy enough and could pull it off. It'd be real tight, but they could do it. So, provided the mimic wasn't rolling through the loop at the time.
That would have been bad.
Yeah, that'd have been fucking terrible.
For all parties involved.
At the terminal, there's a few, like... It's kind of a mess. Like, there's... Actually, no, at this point, let's get something less vaguely cheery, because, like, this place is fucking spooky.
Mm-hmm.
Also, am I insane or am I hearing a phone going?
Oh, no, that's even worse.
I don't want to
I think you might be a little bit weird, because I don't hear a phone either.
Yeah. Their phone in your house going off, maybe?
No, our landline's a lot more obnoxious.
Here, this is a bit more spooky.
My parents might be watching something.
Probably. Anything, it's... it looks like a fucking, like, actual massacre happened here. There's, you know... few people, like, who look like they were staff for the carnival, just, like, torn in half beside the tracks. So you figure the mimic took a swipe at them as it rolled past. And, well, turbo mimic plus claw plus poor squishy human, not the best results. There's, like, discarded carnival snacks, random belongings. There's also near the... Because, well, you guys don't have to worry about the fucking line, so you can just, like, hop the turnstile and all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
There's a operation terminal, like, on the far side of the track that looks like it's to make sure everything is, you know, working and there's not, like, track issues or something, with the computer screen that seems to be lighting up a darkened room. Because you figure, since this thing is, like, about several miles in the air, it's not exactly on the power grid, but then how the fuck is that computer running?
Yeah.
Dark magic.
Well, you wonder, and then you start getting a little closer and you start hearing the sound of, like, a gas generator. And it's like, oh. Okay.
Well, fine then.
Like, little less spooky, still kind of spooky.
It's a tad creepy.
Mm-hmm. Everyone kind of hops over and tries the door. Someone want to help me with this?
Yeah, I got you. I have...
It's like roll some attacks if you want to just bust through the door.
Alright.
It's not like you really have to care much about what happens. This place is going to go up in flames here soon.
Yep. Let's see. And I'm not endless running, so I get to...
Oh, yeah. I mean...
Well, I suppose I could just keep rolling till it breaks, but...
Well, no. After 2, you've got it. It's not like you get a hard hit on a stationary target.
Yeah.
That literally can't defend itself, so you basically just, like, constantly critting.
All the critties.
Yeah. Just sort of shove Arvin aside and just smash through the door. Oh, yeah, he also picked back up his fucking dagger from before you guys jumped out the first time along the way. Pull out of a really big dead thing. It looks like it was hit with dragonfire. Okay. Inside, you see... It's definitely like a maintenance office. It's decidedly less spooky and not like terribly bloody, just fucked up like the outside is. And you see because it was locked and whoever was in it has stepped out. before like all the bad went down. It's not great. It's still got this like kind of, you know, decrepit look coming to it, but it's not, you know, blood, guts, and spooky.
Yeah.
Seems to mainly just be a maintenance office.
Hmm.
And then yeah, there's the far side next to the long window, like sort of watching the tracks and everything. There's the computer.
Maybe we should have...
It's not gonna eat you guys.
No. I was about to say, maybe we should have someone more technologically inclined look at that computer.
I mean, your most pro as heck with computers is in fact Snack.
That's what I was implying.
Unless Snack thinks Snackbot should be the one to hack it.
Oh, I can do it or try.
All right. Let me look at character skills real quick, so I can determine what I would make you roll that isn't just an intelligence check. Investigation.
Okay.
Good job, Snack. It wasn't in like lockdown because it's just a maintenance computer. It just goes. It doesn't really go into sleep mode. It's alerting you that section 23 of tracks has an issue, which you assume to be it's blown the fuck up.
As you do.
There is also a notification off to one side that's like sort of minimized. You open it up and there's a note that seems to be from the head technician for the roller coaster, that apparently there's something there was something wrong with the tracks on the loop, and he was going to and he was making sure it was all good. It's, you know this because of your keen mind feat. The time on it is about 10 minutes before everything went to fuck.
Oh.
And it's signed to be from like the chief technician, and there's also a note that he was after he was done with it, he was going to go check out something at the fun house. Because apparently
fun.
there was, because he said like someone from up there was like they needed him to double check the tracks because of some weird noise.
That might be what we're looking for.
Could be. It also mentions that he has the key to the funhouse problem on him. Because you can, because I assume Snack is repeating all this as he's like seeing it, and he like looks over where the keys, because there's a wall of like some keys over there. And the key ring for the funhouse is gone. Along with the one for the track maintenance. Or
Oh, good. We get to go find a guy who has keys.
he's probably dead.
I was going to say his
Probably.
remains are more likely.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. What else? Snake, what's your passive perception?
Let's see. It is 11.
Really?
I guess so.
Well, I know Giacchio and Padma have higher than that.
20 and
Yeah.
21 respectively.
So the both of you very easily notice as Sneck like looks away to say something, the computer screen flickers for a second, like TV static, and there's a symbol on the screen, but it goes away really quickly.
Of course.
Weird
Black
symbol.
magic.
Weird symbol.
Huh.
I assume it was too fast for us to really catch any detail of it.
It looked like spooky. You didn't get a really good look at it, but you're pretty sure, given the whole situation in this place, it's probably some manner of demonic magical rune, maybe. Why is it in the computer screen? You don't fucking know, but you saw it.
Because the computer screen is controlling the mimic. Duh.
That was fucking weird. I assume you saw it too, darling, that strange
Yeah.
rune for a second in the computer screen.
Yeah, I did.
Arvin taps on the earpiece that Victoria gave him. You said there was something we needed to find here, correct? And you guys all hear this over your radio. Yes, you, I assume, have a lead on what it could be. Yeah, it looked... You said we needed something from each of these places to get into the big top and get down to the core of the lower berg, correct? Yes. We might have something, but one moment. Sneck, can you get away from that, please?
Okay.
And then once you do, Arvin, where's your sheet? Give it here. I need to make you do a thing. He's going to use a boop and just shoot a beam right through the computer with it. Just and indeed punches through the screen, punches through the actual PC tower. And there's this weird noise as weird black energy arcs around it, and then just and you see this weird, it almost looks like a ghost of something rolls out of the computer and then just disintegrates. Armin's looks and it's oh, well. He puts his hand back on the earpiece. I think we got it. Victoria. Readings have changed. You got something there. Just be careful. There's a few bigger ones running around now. As you may have, as you suddenly hear it's static over the one, you hear an explosion in the distance. Never mind, Marcus dealt with them.
As
Or well,
you do.
dealt with one. There might be more. Looked. You hear some crunching noises and the sound of something getting kicked with a shoe. Zombie minotaurs. Just be careful.
Oh, good.
Armin just puts his dagger away. That escalated a bit.
I assume she already knows, but might want to tell her to keep an eye out for something that might be perceived as a mundane object, like this computer.
Oh, yeah, fuck. Yeah, definitely. Since you guys have, near as you can tell, sorted out the problem down here, as you guys start heading out, I assume along the tracks to see if you can find the poor technician who's probably dead.
Yeah, just to investigate that, just in case it's also somehow related.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Arvin mentions it over the line about the whole... It was a computer screen that seemed to be possessed by something, but it couldn't exactly take a direct hit. And you just hear, instead of Victoria respond, you just hear Mark saying, "Sweet, break shit, gotcha."
Break all the things.
You also, right before the line went dead, you just heard us say, "Ow!" And then just, what the? And then it just like cut in the midst of him like complaining about something.
Apparently, Victoria always has time to slap the stupid out of Marcus. Or slap
I mean,
the whining.
Tori usually has the time to do that to me.
I'm practiced.
And he enjoys every single minute of it.
Yeah, I love my twin. Anyway.
I think that was supposed to be Darian sarcasm.
I don't know.
Either way, we're heading toward the loop in the tracks.
Yeah. Since you guys are just, up on some tracks, and, well, the skeletons aren't exactly nimble enough to get up there at you guys, it doesn't take you very long to, hustle along the empty and now powerless tracks that are a little spooky. Because, like, it looks like wood. It's still, like, wooden steel tracks, but, like, it now, like, has... You assume because of just all the bad juju in the area, now it looks like the wood is shaped like giant bones and shit. It's just take mundane thing and make spookier. It's about what you're dealing with.
It's a little off-putting.
Yeah, not like it's not like fucking great old one. Oh god, I'm losing my mind. But it's like that ain't right. It's also semi-fortunately not difficult to see where the poor technician was. Because when you get up to the loop, you find, well, most of what's left of the poor guy.
Poor bastard.
And it's not great. Like, his whole, like, left arm, part of that left bicep, and his entire everything from the neck up is just gone. Like, it was just violently ripped off. And, like, his, like, legs and part of his torso are, like, fused to the track, and, like, one arm is, like, reaching out to something, and it's just frozen in place.
What is it?
How did people not
Is it just
notice that when
reaching
they were
out
going?
into the air, or does it look like it's going towards something in particular?
It's he's not like reaching out on top of the track. It's like he was like bracing himself on the track and like reaching around something near the underneath. And you look down, you can see there's it looks like there's some like loose components of the track there that he was like trying to reach towards, because he's holding a wrench with that hand too. So it looks like he was like, oh, I can like totally fix this before the next go around, and was just gonna like tighten the bolts, and then just everything was bad, and he immediately got fucking mimicked and, horribly melded with the track. You can see the 2 key rings like dangling from his belt.
I'm gonna go for them keys.
I mean, he's not that tall, so it's not that hard. Keys acquired.
Yay. Well, we got the keys at least, and as far as I can tell, he was just trying to fix the track.
Yeah, again, he just looks like... You can't really tell what it is. It's just the way he's dressed. He's just some fairly normal dude.
Some poor schmuck.
Yeah. He was kind of burly, but that's about all that really stands out about him.
Well, at least we got the keys.
Mm-hmm. Now y'all gotta make it to the funhouse.
Mm-hmm.
Which, to be fair, you technically could just by going along the tracks, because it'll take you right there.
Yeah, let's do that. Might as well.
Alright. Let's move you guys along the tracks then. As you're coming around, you... Alright, Diane. You, get a view of, like, when you're passing by the freak show, you hear, like, a whistle, and look over, and there's a few dragons waving at you from the front of the thing before they start filing inside.
Way back.
Again, it's very fortunate that this whole thing is not one powered.
Yep. And Shiaki is going to try and be very observant going into the funhouse. Because
Perception.
Demon Funhouse, probably slightly more lethal than your average funhouse.
Yeah, no shit.
Come on, roll 20. There we go. 20.
20. Okay. As you're approaching, as you're approaching the place, it looks, at a distance, the building looks like, it looks like it didn't take the ascension from the ground particularly well. Not like, you know, gonna fucking collapse, they say, but it looked like you got a little, you know, some stuff was shaking loose in the, you know, fucking bursting out of the goddamn earth.
It definitely shifted and there's cracks in the walls and shit.
Well, at a distance, look at that. When you start getting closer, it's... And you're thinking part of this might also be due to the fact that, you know, there's a fucking turbo mimic running through it for the past, like, day and a half, just about. There's, like, holes in the walls. It looks very, very disheveled. You can even, like, see a, like, hole in the roof that you think that you wouldn't be surprised if it went, like, through at least one floor of the place, because it looks like there's at least 2 floors to it. You're kind of surprised that it's still standing if it looks, you know, this like
bad.
actually decrepit and bad.
Well, certainly did not take its ascension well.
Mm-hmm. And at this point, you can, like, as you're closing in the funhouse, there's enough room that you could theoretically just, you know, carefully hop off and go in the front door, or you could go in through the tracks.
Which way do we want to go, guys? Front door or the tracks? Firstly, I think tracks.
I'd also say tracks.
Yeah.
I'd agree, even if it is also likely a bit more dangerous than going in through the front.
Now, if Rin was here, he would just be charging for the front door right now.
Given terrain, yeah. Oh, by the way, speaking of terrain, you hear a few cracks of thunder in the distance and the soft roar of justice. Because you know what? He's still doing shit out there. He may not be with you at the moment, but he's doing shit.
Well, then I guess we proceed inside via the
Okay.
tracks. And I'm still watching for shit, because again, still Demon Funhouse.
Okay. On that then, as you guys begin to walk into the funhouse via the path the mimic would have taken, we're going to call the session there, because I hadn't actually intended for you guys to go in this way, so I might need to find a different map. And I didn't think of it until I mentioned that you guys were I'm like, oh shit, wait. I looked at my map for the funhouse.
Shit, there's more than one floor. What have I done?
No, it was more the fact that you came in through the tracks and like I hadn't thought of that. I just thought you'd go in through the front door. That's why I put it forward as an option.
Well, shit.
We're back.
Oh, just in time for the session to end, Darian.
Oh boy.
Yeah, you guys are.
We
I had
we
a-
went
I had
through an
miscalculated
unconventional
thing
way.
for the plans for the next map, so I'm gonna actually not like hold you guys up for this and look for one now and just be like, no, we can just wait till next time to deal with the funhouse.
When I actually have more
Okie dokie.
energy.
Yeah,
And I shall
there's, more people here.
I shall return shortly.
Possibly.
Alright, and while we don't run cams during the campaign for various reasons, I think it adds a little bit to the immersion personally, but not everyone has a cam or wants to use one, so I just don't put one up at all. But I'm going to switch to my own personal full screen cam as I'm just chilling in my chair here. As I thank you all for watching, really appreciate it. For those of you that are new here, obviously I'm Jinx Big Ninja. I'm mainly a Final Fantasy XIV streamer, but every week, starting at about 5 p.m. Pacific, we do this D&D campaign, Elemental Odyssey, or as I like to call it, Elemental WOTTyssey, because we do it with a few members of our Final Fantasy XIV FC, Wings of the 12. So if you aren't already, be sure to hit that follow button and make sure you have notifications turned on, so that way Twitch can yell at you when I go live. Other avenues that I announce where I go live, or any schedule changes and things of that nature, are done via my Twitter, twitter.com/JinxBigNinja, as well as my Discord, the McLounge. Excuse me. And that's also, Discord also doubles as a nice community hangout for on and off stream when I'm there. I will be live tomorrow afternoon, starting at about 3 p.m. Pacific time, with our weekly Wings of the 12 raid. And until then, guys, peace.